We got Roxanne by The Police versus Roxanne by Arizona Zervas. Next, we have Juliet by Cavetown versus Juliet by Fleetwood Mac. Up next, we have Hey Julie by Fountains of Wayne versus Hey Julie by Kyle featuring Lil Yachty.
Oh no.
Who's better, normal people or celebrities? There are a lot of songs named after people. But who has the best songs? I've compiled a bracket. On the left side is songs just named after normal, everyday people, vague names, and on the right side is songs named after celebrities. And to help us find the winner, I have a special co-host. We have Ellen Ellis in the studio with us today. This is not a studio, it's just my house, but it sounds cooler when you say it that way.
It does, and I think my expertise and what do they call it? The qualifying factor. I have a name.
You do.
I think I can do this.
There might even be a song about that name. All right, so up first, we have Caroline by Amine versus Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond.
Bad things, fine as hell, thick as fuck, oh my god, that's my baby. Caroline, you divine, mighty fine, shorty really wrote a pie, like a pro.
So Caroline, we both like this song. We've seen Amine live together.
Yeah.
Do that song.
Yeah, if you ain't black, don't say that.
that is what he says.
That's indeed what he said.
That part. He always catches a few of them too.
Yep.
Touching you, sweet Caroline.
That makes me feel like I'm at a baseball game. You are shivering in your boots right now. You've heard this song quite a few times.
I have spent many a summer working for a baseball team who is a minor league affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, where that is played every night, every summer. It has driven me insane for the better part of a decade.
So would you say you're a fan of the song, or has working for a baseball stadium ruined this for you?
Oh, it's absolutely ruined it.
I have a sister named Caroline, and she hates this song because anytime she's at a baseball game, all the attention is just on her. Between Neil Diamond and Amine. Because I will say, I'm not as biased against Neil Diamond, and I do think I could see why it stood the test of time.
Part of it, there's a crowd factor, all the fun that goes with it. But also, look, I think the non-sportiest gathering would be the club, and Caroline pops off in the club. So
I've not heard Caroline in the club before.
Literally last week.
I'd be willing to go Amine with you.
I'm gonna do it because I don't want to hear Sweet Caroline again.
All right. Next we have Caroline by Coulter Wall versus Oh Caroline by the 1975. There are a lot of Caroline songs. I had to leave out some big Caroline songs.
There's a place where the sun doth shine and the birds keep time with the pines up yonder. That's the home of my Caroline. She's dancing in the sky.
Dude, I was a big fan of that. And
I like that.
Also, the album title, Imaginary Appalachia,
That goes so hard. Also, is that wolf smoking a cigarette?
I'm pretty sure it is. That's such a 1975 lyric.
God.
You getting suicidal?
No,
that shit ain't for me, but you do you.
You do you, bro.
I'll say I love the vibe of the song.
I do like the vibe of the 1975 in general.
Yeah. This isn't the strongest show.
No, it's not.
Whereas I really have a soft spot for that, like, really rugged Appalachian, like, non-Nashville country that Coulter Wall does. Listening to Caroline just for the first time, like, made me feel a little bit more.
Like, it made me feel the feelings I've only felt hearing Johnny Cash's Hurt.
Yeah. It's safe to say that one's
I think it's
moving
tough to say.
Up next, we have Sweet Annie by Zac Brown Band versus Annie by Dijon.
Like the mustard.
But one day lightning will strike and my bark will lose its bite, but don't give up on me, sweet Annie.
Okay, so you know that song.
I love that song.
Okay, I hadn't heard it before this bracket.
Part of the reason that I threw out this idea for you, the names bracket, My evil plan for the longest time has been to name all of my children, whatever I do have them,
Yeah.
name after songs, never tell them, and then
let them figure out.
tell their partners whenever I feel like they're gonna go far enough. They're named after this, by the way. Okay. It'll be really special when you break that out, and they have no idea. But Sweet Annie is actually one of the ones that made me come up with that idea.
I can imagine a scenario. Let's say I'm in a coma for 10 years.
Okay.
I wake up and I see you, and it's like, hey, nice
What did
to
I
see
miss?
you again, Robert. Here are my 3 kids: Caroline, Sweet Annie, and Dua Lipa. I was like, wait, who is Dua Lipa named after?
The song.
Please tell me it's not the Jack Harlow song.
It's my daughter, First Class.
Since I threw in one of yours, this is for one of my favorite albums. This is like the most kind of low-key, jammiest cuts of them all. It's not a straightforward like pop song or whatever, but
you look at the album art and it's just like piano and computers sitting in somebody's living room. That's the vibe I'm getting off of that.
So between the two, what do you feel like?
I mean, I'm partial to Sweet Annie. Like, I've always been partial to that song.
Yeah, see, I dig the Zac Brown Band vibe, but I'm still a little partial to Dijon. I think we'll have to do the coin flip on this. All right, so in our last bracket, we flipped a Lego instead of a coin. I'm switching it up. I have a lighter weight Lego, so this might be a little more
Extra.
chaotic.
Who was arrested?
It's a little newspaper, so
All right.
I'm gonna do newspaper side up.
Oh.
All right, Dijon is moving on. This is a typo, but we have Donna by Richie Valens versus Donda by Kanye West.
No, I want Donda by Richie Valens now.
I had a girl, Donna was her name. Since she left me, I never been the same. 'Cause I love my girl, Donna, where can you be?
Were they playing this at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance in 1955?
That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like the classiest old song you could think of, where someone's like, I want to write a hit song for my gal.
I want to show my broad how much I love it.
It feels good to be home. And to all of you, I thank you so much for your support.
It's the kingdom. It's the kingdom. And the power. And the power. And the glory. And the glory. Forever.
That's a little more of like an interlude track for the Donda album.
Yeah.
I will say some trivia about this song though. During the first listening party, if you're a true fan and watched all 3 listening
As
parties,
you should.
this song was a more full song and it had Pusha T on it.
Yes, it did.
And it was originally called South Carolina because Pusha T references when Kanye was campaigning in South Carolina and had a breakdown. And that's originally what the song was kind of about, but they changed it to just have Donda West's narration on it.
Yeah.
And it's like an interlude on the album, but still the choir part at the end is pretty cool.
For the glory.
Even Kanye's interludes like have some replay value to them.
Which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, which out of the 2 are you feeling?
Gotta go for the controversial pick and pick Kanye, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I am more likely to listen to it. I do. It's a nice
I
little
like-
vibe.
I
Richie
like it,
Valens has.
but, like, I-
we should bring back.
I feel like, I joke about the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Like, I love Back to the Future, you know that. But that's definitely, like, the only context I would listen to that on purpose.
Yeah.
Is, like, where I'm like, I want to feel like I'm in the 50s right now.
Up next, we have Emily I'm Sorry by Boy Genius versus For Emma by Bon Iver.
Emily, I'm sorry, I just make it up as I go along.
I'm 27.
You know, just classic low-key Phoebe vibe, but then you get the harmonizing from the other
Yeah, Julian and
members.
Lucy.
Yeah. The line about wanting to quit music and get a normal job while she goes back to school, and just them living a calm life together, but then it's not going to end up happening. Look, I get it. It's hard out here.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
That's a nice vibe. It's hard for me to think back to a time where that was Bon Iver. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't listen to that album for the longest time, because when I got into him, he was like mostly electronic. And that's still kind of what he is. Like, he's
Yeah.
mostly electronic, and then he collaborates with Travis Scott and Kanye. This is closer than I thought. Like, I did like the Bon Iver song, but I'm a little biased toward Boy Genius.
I mean, the record's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to pick against that.
I guess that's moving on. Up next, we have Gabby by Tisa Korean versus Gabby by The Internet.
Walk inside the spot and we wide than a bitch. Ain't no cue for shuffle, but we dancing in this bitch. Niggas say they swaggin', but they swag do not exist. Baby in the water, but she not a fucking fish. Wait, get K.
You dig?
Definitely have a soft spot for Tisa Korean. I want to do a video about him at some point, but that bar where he's like, she in the water, but she's not a fucking fish. I really like the vibe of that. It's been forever since I've listened to the Internet album, but it sounds like the concept of the song is maybe this is like an online relationship and they're like about to meet, or
That's the vibe I get,
yeah. It seems to be about like modern romance, but it also sounds so classy
Like,
and
it's
kind of throwback.
It sounds like at equal parts like 1968 and 2024.
Yeah. As much as I like Tisa Korean, you know,
The Internet's...
I think it is that. Up next, we have Heather by Conan Gray versus Heather by Glaive and Eric DOA.
Not even half as pretty. You gave her your sweater. It's just polyester, but you like her better. Wish I were Heather.
Probably one of Conan Gray's magnum opus songs.
It's so good.
Really heartfelt, really passionate. I was thinking about this while listening to it, though. It is kind of just a queer Jesse's girl.
Oh, yeah, but and?
No. It's funny how the queer version of that is so much more intense than the straight version.
Oh, the straight version just like, yeah, I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
Jesse's girl is so hot, and I just wish I had her.
Yeah, and the like queer version is, oh my god, if only.
You gave her the sweater, but it's only polyester. It's not.
It's not cashmere.
Never been better and gave that bitch stash in my sweat. Up it up, but another and gave it to you. I got it on me, little baby, I'll make her lay down. Grown man asking me questions like what I make now. Everything inside his pockets like it's a shake. And if you swing, man, we get to jumping like it's a playground.
Yeah. So obviously, Glaive is one of my favorite artists out right now.
And Eric DOA is really good
Eric
too.
DOA has some. Have you heard his new album? Because Dance with Some Baldy on that has been on constant repeat.
And when he was on Hive Mind this week.
I will say, out of their collab album, this is the song that took me the longest to come around to.
Yeah,
I'm not in love with that part of the instrumental at the beginning, but I do really like how Eric DOA comes in. Him talking about like grown men asking me what I make and all that. Like, it's a little baller.
Was this before or after he almost ran over the lady in the parking lot?
Maybe that grown man asking him about how much money he made was his lawyer trying to
Was only going 45 in the parking lot.
out of the two of them, I think it is Conan. But
Conan's better.
up next, we have Juliet by Cavetown versus Juliet by Fleetwood Mac.
But I need to understand when I can power through, and when I need some help from you, when I should stand my ground, and when I need to just sit down.
So that song obviously like has a slow start, but I do really like when the beat comes in on the first hook. Like,
Yeah.
it really clicks for me.
Yeah, it really pieces together, and like There's something interesting because Juliet has the context that the Shakespearean, like Romeo and Juliet. Like, I always find it interesting to see where artists take that, because some of them are obviously like, oh, I love you so much, but I can't have you. Yeah. And then some of them are like, oh no, it's just this bitch I knew named Juliet. It's so funny when you don't know.
This one's like, I like you, but also I kind of hate myself.
Low key.
There are so many Juliet songs that I could honestly probably do a whole like mini bracket just on Juliet songs. There are some big ones I left out.
Check Yes Juliet.
Yeah. Well, see, that isn't like so much it's named Juliet versus it's the action of checking yes.
Well, you're a little bit like her. Ooh, like Juliet. Oh, you're a little bit like her.
Yo, so I hadn't heard that song before. I thought it'd be a fun pick to react to it the first time. I love her vocals, but when it like warbles, like it's like what Lil Yachty is doing now, like digitally to his voice, but that's her real voice.
She's just singing like that.
That is just straight groovy right off the bat. This isn't like the most popular Fleetwood Mac song at all.
No, it's not even the most popular Fleetwood Mac song named after someone.
I think that might
I think that takes it.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
Up next, we have Hey Julie by Fountains of Wayne versus Hey Julie by Kyle featuring Lil Yachty.
Oh no.
Working all day for a mean little man with a clip-on tie and a rub-on tan. He's got me running around the office like a dog around a track. But when I get back home, you're always there to rub my back. Hey Julie, look what they're doing to me.
You obviously like the song a lot.
Yeah, try that. Someone knows a second Fountains of Wayne song, which also, you could have put the first one. It's Stacy's mom.
But this is way more fun.
It's way more fun. Growing up, one of my favorite shows was Scrubs.
Okay.
And there's a whole extended sequence where JD is falling in love with this girl named Julie set to this song. And I always think about it.
As much as I do like this song, this does remind me a whole lot of the freecreditreport.com song.
I want to point out this was before. I want to point that out.
About to ride a chain off in my tag, so Julie, how'd you get that wet, wet, wet? Something for my neck, neck, neck. Hey Julie, how'd you get that drip, Something for my wrist, hey Julie. Oh, hey Julie.
This was a lot of people might have forgotten about this. This was their attempt to recapture the magic of I Spy, December 2018, and it kind of flew under the radar, but it's probably a better song.
I think I listened to this more than I Spy.
Yeah, this is like the last point where Yachty is doing his happy rap and it actually sounds good before he transitions to like the psych rock and the experimental trap and everything. You're the Fountains of Wayne fan. Do you think that stacks up against Kyle and Lil
Here's
Yachty?
what I'm going to throw out to you. Do you take off points because Julie is just slang for his jeweler?
Look, he could have a jeweler named Julie.
Julie the jeweler?
Which in that case, if you
it doubles points if it's Julie the jeweler.
Yeah, because if your jeweler was named Julie, you would have to write a song about it at that point. I'm inclined to pick the underrated song versus the freecreditreport.com song, but that's just me.
FREE, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby. Kyle. It's Kyle. Now I will never unhear that comment.
Yeah. This one, I'm really throwing it back.
What?
We got Lucy by Still Woozy versus Lucy by Skillet.
What?
Well, I know that it's only time, but let me see what's on your mind. I could see what's on your mind. What's on your mind? Why are you so...
So, Still Woozy doing his Still Woozy vibe.
He's still woozying.
Yeah, he's still woozying. I like him a lot as an artist. This is like more so an album cut than a standout single, but it's his groove, and I like his groove a lot.
Yeah, the vibe's there.
Hey Lucy, I remember your name. I left a dozen roses on your grave today. Now that it's over, I just wanna hold her. I give up all the world to see.
Can't live with myself today. Hey, Lucy, I remembered your birthday. Hey, to say your name.
Wait, you didn't expect me to bring back Skillet for this, did you?
No, I did not.
Obviously, the song seems to be about something very serious and personal.
A friend that died?
It is very heartfelt and passionate, but at the same time, his voice is so gravelly and it's so kind of like overproduced. The emotional strings and everything. It has this weird quality, but it almost circles back around to you're enjoying it ironically like a Creed song.
Who says I enjoy Creed ironically?
I kind of find myself enjoying this in a Creed way. I was surprised.
Louisiana!
But yeah, I have not heard Skillet since like Winter Jam 2012 or something. I was like, it's some of the most dramatic album art too.
Yeah, like it's like a mummy.
Dude, as a Christian youth bringing home this CD
Like,
and your parents looking at it.
What is this?
So we go in Skillet or still
Skillet.
Woozy?
We're going Skillet.
We
baby.
go in Skillet?
I think we're going Skillet.
I will say this is more.
I enjoyed it more.
It's a more of a highlight for Skillet than Lucy is for Still Woozy.
This is yes.
All right, Skillet's moving on.
They made it.
Up next, we have Molly by Tyga versus Molly by Lil Dicky.
I can't seem to find Molly, 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 Molly.
High school, that's college.
This song was all the rage when Molly first became a slang term
Yeah.
back in the day. Wiz Khalifa kind of goes off on this.
He does.
but-
I also forgot what this album was.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Hotel California by Tyga. This is the most 2013 song you'll hear. Like it sounded dated in 2013.
Yeah, shocking, yeah.
Really wish that I didn't care about you anymore. But I do. What do I do in the rap life? Make a motherfucker choose up in that fight. Make a young couple do something sad like being broke up even though we had life. It's the hardest rule to follow. Thinking of you.
So, you know.
You can find another me tomorrow.
Molly, Lil Dicky, Brandon Urie of Panic at the Disco. Music video featuring Logan Paul pre the Suicide Force. This song came at the era where Lil Dicky was like, I know I do comedy, but I low-key, I hate
I am
all
a
that.
professional
I do
rapper.
serious stuff. This is like one of the only serious songs, and it sounds like if Love the Way You Lie was written by someone soft. That's what
It is the softest thing he ever did.
I made a whole video about Lil Dicky. My opinions are well documented. I honestly don't hate the guy's music, but I don't like the hubris of being like, I'm one of the best artists and like this is the most heartfelt thing he's done.
I'm the next Kanye West, except I'm white.
To give him credit, this is a song where I could tell he actually is
tried.
feeling something.
He tried.
It's just he's never tried to build on actually making meaningful songs. This is kind of the only one.
And it's so weird because like the only other time I can point to him as an artist where he's being like soft and emotional and trying to do that is when in Dave they essentially do this exact thing.
That's exactly right. They kind of rip off this song in his TV show.
But Molly by Tyga is so bad.
Yeah. I can't believe Molly by Lil Dicky is moving on. But if there's one person Lil Dicky is better than, it is Tyga. Up next, we got a great mashup.
Ooh.
We got Roxanne by The Police versus Roxanne by Arizona Zervais. Did I say that right?
I have no idea.
Zervas?
You want to figure it out.
Yeah, figured it out. I want this in the intro, so I better get it right.
You want this one to be in the intro?
Yeah.
Arizona Zervas.
Zervas. Okay. All right, we got Roxanne by The Police versus Roxanne by Arizona Zervas. We got Roxanne by The Police versus Roxanne by Arizona Zervas.
You just did the cut with every different pronunciation.
Yeah.
All for the gram.
Bitches love the gram!
That was like the Tinashe hi-fi thing.
Tenace.
Zervas, Zervais, Zervas.
Ricky Zervais.
Roxanne, all she wanna do is party all night. Goddamn, Roxanne, never gonna love me, but it's alright. She think I'm an asshole, she think I'm a player.
One of the quintessential TikTok songs to go viral.
Man, R.I.P. TikTok. By the time this comes out, it's banned in America.
It's also, this is one of those TikTok songs that blew up years after it was released.
Yeah,
like
it's
one
like
of
way
the
later.
things that could only happen on TikTok in a certain era. The vocals like aren't that like you could tell it's a guy that needs the auto-tune
Yeah.
more than the effect, but also like the effect sounds cool.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
Roxanne!
That is the most like Jamaican sounding not reggae song I've ever heard. My only association with this is before I actually heard the song, I heard a parody of the song on Flight of the Conchords. Jermaine has become a prostitute, and it's very sad because he's selling his body and no one wants to buy it. And then that's when the parody of the song comes in.
Oh my god.
It's literally like, you don't have to be a prostitute.
Like one Roxanne selling her body to the streets, the other one selling her body to the internet. I'm just saying, it's the same song.
Is it safe to say we're going with The Police, or are you riding for Arizona?
That's actually tough. Like, I mean, classic-wise, like, Roxanne by The Police is a classic.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, quite literally about, hey, yo, prostitute, don't sell that body.
But the vocals are so iconic, and they're
Exactly.
weird in a way that shouldn't work, but
it does.
I always respect the song.
I respect that. I respect that.
Up next, we have Sophia by Claro versus Sophia by Tiny Meat Gang.
I think we could do it if we tried. If only to say you're mine. Sophia, know that you and I shouldn't feel like a crime.
That's what that song is missing. It needs some ad-libs to it. We shouldn't be a crime. I hope I'm not shouting out the wrong meme page. I'm pretty sure it's J. Cole's Almond Milk, although it might be a different... It was like a hip-hop meme page.
Yeah.
But the guy running it was a huge Claro fan, and he used to do Sophia Saturdays, where he would just post memes all set to this song. Whoever it is, I hope you're doing well. You haven't done a Sophia Saturday in a while.
And that's why he doesn't remember if it's you or not.
Bad bitch got feelings, she don't catch none. Red pill, blue pill, you don't take one. And I like the way she works, she don't fake none. Talk to it like boot up first, move that skirt. Throw chips at it and she make the neck work like
She gon' say what she wants, she gon' back it up. No bad blood, but she bad enough.
Low-key like sleeper hit among the Tiny Meat Gang songs. I really wish they followed through on the rap career and made more music. I think this song out of all their songs is where Noel's vocals sound the best. He just sounds so crisp, and he has some bars on this song too
Bars.
that I like.
Bars?
Noel said she got fire neck, she tequila. That's a good bar. Voices in my head like Joaquin Phoenix.
I do more bars than Genius.
Claro is like a classic in her discography.
Yeah.
So Sophia,
I think Claro
Claro
Claro's
moving on.
good.
Next we have Valerie by TV Girl versus Valerie by Mark Ronson featuring Amy Winehouse.
She doesn't know how to, like every other girl. She's alone in her little world.
I hadn't heard that song before this. It's a fun vibe about someone that just isn't like other girls, you know? She stands on balconies.
Wait, is
other
she-
girls don't do that.
Wait, is she weird? She's a weirdo? She doesn't want to fit in?
Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
So the verdict is still out on whether Valerie had to go to jail or
Put her house up for sale.
that whole second verse. It reminds me of Sick Glenda. It's really about the same thing.
Wait, why wasn't Sick Glenda on this bracket?
Again, Sick Glenda is like, she's either sick or she hates us. And this is like, either Valerie went to jail or is involved in some real estate transactions, or she just hates me. I am more likely to go back to the TV Girl song, honestly.
Really?
Even though, like, maybe technically Mark Ronson and Amy Winehouse is better. Because, you know, Amy Winehouse, legend, just had a critically acclaimed biopic. Critically acclaimed in quotes. Then, of course, Mark Ronson of the Barbie soundtrack fame, and that's it.
Not that one Bruno Mars song?
What song?
Uptown Funk?
Wait, Uptown Funk is...
He's on Uptown
That's
Funk.
Mark Ronson?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's Bruno Mars and Too Hot. I am not fucking with you. In the song, he's like, I'm too hot. Hot damn. He's clearly stating his name in the song.
I'm leaning Amy Winehouse because, like, for the same reason that you gave the TV girl, like, you like the classic aesthetic and everything. Yeah. The whole appeal of Amy Winehouse when she showed up was that she brought back a very old aesthetic.
Yeah.
And, you know, R.I.P. our girl, 27 Club.
It's close enough. I'll meet you with the Mark Ronson. I do think what I don't like about the song is kind of the production more so than Amy's vocals.
Amy's vocals are so
It
good.
sounds a little too produced for something that should be a throwback like that, if that makes sense. We have a special round up next. We have Alan by Winfred Green versus Alan by Lil SRT. I scoured Spotify for Alan songs. And this
Specifically
is the best I could come
spelled
out.
correctly.
There are big songs about Allentown or Allen's Town, but I was like, that's not about a guy named Alan. That's about a place.
It's about Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I have heard one of these songs and
I have
not
heard
the other.
neither of these songs.
Lil SRT has under 1,000 plays on Spotify, so if this is good, we're putting Lil SRT on. Winfred Green is only at like 46,000, so it's also a more indie artist. So let's see who has the best Alan song.
Drip down and go on the beat.
Ballin', give me a penny. Shoot my shot right alley. Don't care if they say ain't valid. Wanna her land like Alice. Cold world, it turned me savage. Growing up, gotta make some happen. NC can't do no lagging. Possess that cash and bagging. Got one wish, it's a nigga would. Coming up, misunderstood.
Hold on a second.
Okay, so first of all, this is not what I was expecting. I just glimpsed at the cover art and thought this would be like an acoustic song. This dude is clearly white, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a white man right there. He is. It sounds like the song is about a basketball player.
He's talking about Ray Allen.
Yeah, so I was specifically trying not to have Allen Iverson songs because that would belong on the other side of the bracket.
White Iverson.
It looks like one has snuck by the radar.
Yeah, and also snuck through the N-word pass.
Like, I'm squinting at him. Like, could he be Hispanic? Because the jury seems to be out on them.
He's got muddy boots. He's white.
Yeah. Let's see if Lil SRT is any better. He is pouring up some
hurt, baby.
Let's go. That shit ain't cool, you sit fake lean, you look like a fool. Got niggas that cool, got niggas that bold. She know that I'm having, that's making her drool. Seen rose in my pocket, then she got wet. I really don't try, just do my best. This game real wild, we don't gotta rep. If you play foul, get hit with a tech. Act tough on the net, now it's your neck. We aim at the neck, don't wear no vest. I smoke out the pound, it hit me with stress. I just start sipping, never had high tech.
I'm feeling this one a lot.
I'm fine
more.
with that.
I do like the beat is definitely better. Like, that sample is
Great.
sick.
That sample's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds low quality, but it has that kind of like Babytron-ish flow where I'm forgetting the other artists, but this is kind of a style where it's like, okay, we're gonna rap into a game headset, and that's what we're doing.
I would promote this song.
We might get this to over 1,000 streams.
We're getting Lil SRT on the show.
It's safe to say that
Lil SRT, baby.
Yeah, he's moving on. Last for the left side of the bracket, we have Robert's Place by Simon Robert French versus Robert by Dolly Parton. There are quite a few more Robert songs than there are Alan songs. How does that make you feel?
That my name's not as basic as yours.
Well, I'm going down to Robert's Place. It's just a block away. Haven't seen him in a real long time. And I think I'll take some flowers and a couple extra hours to tell him all about my little life. And I know, yes I know, he won't hear me, he's just bones. But it makes me feel much better to know he might care at all. And I see, yes I see that he's 6 feet under me. But sometimes I hope he's down the hall.
This guy was just making a new little acoustic guitar song every day on TikTok. Very low key, like not professionally recording it at all. And this one went pretty viral. And I love this song so much. And he's a great artist. He just put out an album on Valentine's Day. of these kind of like low-key acoustic songs. And I think he's one of the best like young songwriters out right now. I hope he has a successful career, but beyond like that one viral moment he had. It's already like, you know, it's about him visiting his dead father, but it's like extra emotional for me because like listening to it, my name is Robert, and so it's like I'm dead and my son is visiting me and I'm like looking up at him
through 6 feet of dirt. Or are you in hell in this scenario?
Robert could have any girl that he wants, but his feeling for me each day seems to grow. And he don't know the reason that he's so drawn to me, for there is a story that Robert doesn't know. Oh, Robert, oh, Robert.
That is a deep cut Dolly Parton song.
Extremely deep cut.
Album came out in 1970, and it's not a hit off of that. I think it's funny how all the Robert songs are very emotional and acoustic, and yours are the...
I have bangers, dog.
Yeah, I'm partial to Simon Robert. You know what? I feel a little awkward listening to a Dolly Parton song. Like, I feel like I'm listening to someone talk about me, and I shouldn't be hearing that.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
I mean, it's not a popular Dolly song for a reason.
Yeah. All right, we'll go.
Jolene.
We'll go Simon Robert French then. All right, guys, that does it for part 1. This video got a little long, so tune in to the next video where we will go to the celebrity side of the bracket and listen to songs named after celebrities. Then we'll finish out the bracket and determine once and for all who has the better music, normal people or celebrities. Thank you so much to Alan Ellis for being in this video. You can follow him at Alan2_the_alpha. You can follow me everywhere at Robert2_Isaac. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss part 2 of this bracket. We'll see you guys soon.